Right, today we have the Art Diag 900 Lite Pro from Topdon. A great little, very small piece of kit that comes with a Bluetooth adapter, a charging cable and an OBD2 plug. All very compact, packed in a little case, and it measures less than 30 centimeters wide across here, and in the height is very small. Open the box, probably something you wouldn't keep once you've bought it. You have the compact case. It's a tough shell, can't be crushed due to its rigidity, and it's been very well packaged, and it's very compact compared to other diagnostics machines that we've had in the past. Name a few, many were like a briefcase. This one's a lot smaller, and it is very compact. I mean, you can see the size of my hand. It's almost two adult hands worth in size. Inside is a little machine, really easy to grab. You've got accessories hidden under here, under a zip, charging cable, an extension OBD2 plug for cars which are slightly more awkward to get into the OBD2 adapter, and furthermore the instructions, very simple to use, a USB cable for charging as well on the go. The machine itself, locked in, a nice little machine. I'll just rest it there so you can see it. Very cool, compact, simple to use. Got power button, USB, charging for the mains plug, USB again, and HDMI output by the looks of things, and a screenshot button, which is obviously handy when you're trying to screenshot data that you're receiving off vehicles. Turn the machine on. We'll turn that off to start with and show you a full cycle on the power. So from start on boot, it is very quick, definitely not a slow machine. Turns on, has a very quick bootloader screen, and it takes just a few seconds to reach the page or the right screen to get onto the diagnostics. Okay, tablet starting, automatically loads straight into the application. You've got the Art Diag app there, and it shows you that it's running. And in order to, we'll run a quick update on it on the machine itself. Network error. Just connect this. Okay, so this is now connected to the Topdon servers, I believe. Quickly going to run an update on it just to show you how quick it is. Connection speed is about 900 meg here, so it should be fairly quick at updating. You've obviously got the vehicle list, the versions available, size, expiry date, and what's new as a column listing. Just waiting for this to refresh. There we go. And you can see there's a whole load of vehicles. I mean, like most diagnostics machines, has good coverage. You've got all the key ones: Audi, Bentley, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Bugatti, so most of the VAG group. The American ones, the Buick, the Cadillac, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Citroen, going to the French markets, the Japanese markets as well. I'll show you more of the coverage later. So we'll quickly run an update directly off the servers. And there's obviously the common library and the auto VIN matching that it does. And we can just update away, and they are fast. I mean, you can see them installing and going on, no time at all. And this updates not only the tablet, but it will also update the adapter when it's first plugged into the car and it's got power. So we can do more than one. You can do simultaneous updates, and you can see them coming down very quickly. But that's probably thanks a lot of it to the connection speed we have. The installation is quick. The tablet itself, you can see there's no delay or lagging on the screen. You press on it and it is responsive. So the tablet itself is a good piece of kit. Not one of the cheaper tablets. We can, instead of selecting each one individually, select them all together. So you can just click the tick box there, update 43, and leave it to run, and it will run and probably be updated within a couple of minutes. So all in all, it's been about 5 minutes or just under 5 minutes to update 49 of the different vehicles or different OBD2 applications that you can use on the machine. Still a couple of minutes to run. They're running at 60%. You can see there, but all seamless. It's been fine. There's no point holding the video on for that long, and they're all going on. And these, I believe, come with 2 years free updates directly from TopDon. I'm not affiliated with TopDon at all. I've just bought this purely as a replacement of an older launch system, an X431, purely because that tablet was just slowing down too much. And I'm pretty impressed by this so far. Whilst it's updating, I'll show you around the actual tablet itself. You know, it's got a good grip. Definitely not something that would drop and break easily. It does come with the benefit of the storage of the OBD2 adapter. It's slightly magnetic, so it does sort of lock in place and doesn't fall out if it's given a good shake. So it makes it you know, a very compact thing. You don't need to store it in the case, you know, if you've got it in a van or a car, or you're using it on the go all day every day. Couldn't say much about the battery life, but I assume, like most tablets, it probably lasts the whole day on, and maybe a bit longer than a day. Has got a camera on it, so that's beneficial, and has got a kickstand as well, so it can be stood up without the need of an aid or a support. And yeah, all in all, a very good piece of kit. I will now move on to testing it on a vehicle itself, and see how we get on with it. So whilst these updates are still downloading, we're on 40 of 49. I'll just give you a quick tour of the menus. So you can see it's got a battery tester function. That requires a different module supplied by TopDon, something I don't have. Would like to have, it would be nice to have, but it allows you to test batteries on vehicles. Again, it's Bluetooth and it's brilliant, I think. But we've got the user info page. This allows you to go in, check the VCI management, firmware update. You can remove any diagnostic software, probably markets you don't use in your country, give feedback, and it tells you when updates are due. So looking at this, it has got a really good feature, which is a vehicle coverage lookup, which allows you to go in and choose your makes and models and be able to look up and query which vehicle you want to search for to see if you've got coverage. So maybe if you're visiting a customer and you want to check, you can check their vehicle or scan their vehicle, you can. Firmware update, needs the VCI to be connected first. Let's see. We have also got a system update due, and that's for the tablet itself. So it's requesting an update on the hardware, so the device. So we're just waiting for those last two updates to go on. They're slightly bigger. For the Audi and Bentley, probably very similar in what they do because they are part of the same group of cars or manufacturers. So this is the actual home screen, or the screen on which you land when the diagnostics machine first loads up. Within that, you've got diagnostics to perform diagnostics on each vehicle. Bear in mind this is probably running a tiny bit slower than it would normally because the updates are still applying So here we've got the vehicle coverage page. You can see it's got a good coverage for all markets. It's split by region for the Asian market, European market, American market and the Chinese. But we can just focus on the European market for today. And I'll quickly scroll through and you can see all the coverage that it has. There is a few models that I've noticed aren't there. They're not common models, but things like Maserati, Ferrari, Lamborghini may work under Bentley, but it's not stated. So there, there's a few that aren't there. You've got the main ones: BMW Mini, all the sort of vehicles that you would come across on a day-to-day basis: Peugeot, Citroen, Alfa Romeo, Fiat. The American market is well covered as well. It's asking for the VCI connection. Obviously the Bluetooth OBD dongle isn't plugged in, but here you've got the Fords and you've got Jeep, Dodge, which are also European cars, but they're listed based on the countries of the region which they were originally manufactured. Asian market's got Kia, Hyundai, Daewoo, again split quite well. Mitsubishi, Mazda, Subaru, Toyota, and the Chinese market, probably some names that we haven't heard of, but you've got BYD, which is obviously coming up with the new electric vehicles, Volkswagen and Audi specific to China, and Skoda as well. So all in all, if you look at the all page, you can see all of the vehicles, and there is a good coverage there. You can obviously choose by make, you can obviously also choose by VIN, and you can auto VIN it, which is a good feature, and I'll show you that in a second, where it self-detects the VIN off the ECU of the vehicle. Now I think the updates that we were mentioned earlier should be finished, and they should be fully up to date. It's just refreshing, checking with the server. And yeah, everything's installed, so we can see we've got everything up to date with an expiry date of August 2025. So that's the date that the actual machine's 2 years free updates expires. So I'm sure before that date I will be updating this machine one last time, but you can update it as much as you want, whenever you want, and it allows you to go in and update all of the models. It is asking for a couple of extra updates. Some updates are able to overwrite the others, others require the updates to be done in turn, so you have to update version per version rather than go straight to the latest version. So there's only a few, so I'm just going to let that update and continue, and before I install the firmware update for the machine itself. But these should go on fairly quick. I mean, you can see them being installed. They just need installing, I think, more than anything. But we've got green ticks all the way down that side of the page. Are we up to date? It's got one there that needs downloading. So if we just download that. The server response seems fairly quick. I mean, I can't complain. It's probably based somewhere out in Asia and we're based in the UK, so it's coming down at a good rate. That is a Renault update, I think. No, sorry, Rolls-Royce update. That's applying. Not one vehicle that you come across very often, but you never know. There's a mini update there that's installing simultaneously. You can see you're getting 5.9, 6 meg, nearly 7 meg on a download. I don't know how true these sizes are here that are listed here, but because if it's downloading at such a rate, they must be a bit bigger than 0.1 meg. So where it's getting that calculation from may be slightly incorrect. Looking at some of the other updates, you've got 253 meg download, 557 meg download, so I would assume they're more like this size than they are 0.1 meg. So that's why it's taking a bit longer. I mean, look at the Renault download, that's nearly 2 gig. But I think all in all the tablet's got good capacity. Don't forget, this tablet isn't restricted, so it's not as though you can't use or install any other apps on it. If you wanted to install another app just for day-to-day use, Notepad or Diary or anything like that, it's all, it's an unlocked tablet. It has got the feature to, go wherever you want on the tablet, check the, Wi-Fi connections and everything like that, so you can go into Google, you can use Chrome, You've got your files there, you can install any other apps on there you want, widgets, wallpapers, etc. So let's quickly go back to the ArtDiag app while it's installing. It continues to install. Sorry if the phone goes or the video goes off the page for the minute. I'm trying to hold the video or the phone on which I'm recording it on and film at the same time. Investment into a tripod is probably worth it if I want to continue doing these videos. It looks as though we're just waiting on that mini one, which is taking a bit of time to install. You can see zipping across though at a fairly steady rate, so it should be on there soon. And didn't really show you this before, but I'm sure you can click on more on these to expand and tell you what they've improved for each vehicle. So here it tells you the improvements they've made, what they've covered, you know, if they've added new features. So for example, on that Man, they've got now ABS bleeding, SAS resets, injector coding, TPMS reset. So new language does support multi-languages. This tool, it's not just one language, so you're not always having to translate. And any known bugs and issues are obviously always fixed as well. It seems pretty similar to other machines I've had in the past. Just it's nicer to have something that's so compact and not so in your face. You know, if it was left on a car seat, it wouldn't be so obvious that it's a fairly expensive diagnostics machine. It isn't that expensive compared to other market competitors. You're looking at under £400. Buys you one of these. I think you can buy them on Amazon, eBay, probably even pick one up used if you wanted to. Probably worth buying it new as you get the updates for the 2 years. And you know, the cost of updates for some machines are the total cost of this machine, including the updates. So it's a no-brainer. You get a brand new tablet, brand new case, and all the hardware, and all the updates, and the same vehicle coverage, if not more, for the same money. So it makes sense to buy one of these going forwards. Just wait for that last update to go on, and it seems to be applying, and it should say installed once it's done, and that is done. So let's just quickly scroll the list, and it looks like we've got green ticks throughout. Yeah, and there we have it. So green ticks top to bottom, so that's sorted. Now we're just going to quickly go back to the user info because it was requesting an update available for the actual tablet. We'll quickly fire that update on and see how we get on. It wants to download first. It should be pretty quick. Should get the data directly either off of TopDon servers or the tablet manufacturer servers. I don't know who manufactures this tablet. It's not obvious, but I'm guessing it's one of the Android-based tablet manufacturers that have manufactured it. The screen size is reasonable. You know, it's not too small that you can't see anything. That update's a gig, and it seems to be coming down at a really good rate. You know, I couldn't complain. If you have to wait 5 minutes for it to download and another 10 minutes for it to install, that's about the average these days on a tablet or a phone. TopDon do have other devices. They have smaller handheld devices that you can download software to your phone and do diagnostics on your phone, as opposed to having to have a completely separate tablet. I am not in possession of any of those as yet, but you know, I may consider buying one to keep in the glove box of the car, or you know, inside the car, so whilst you're on the go you can do diagnostics or short diagnostics on a vehicle if need be, for engine management problems or any other problems you may have. Without these, you're pretty much stuck these days, because we live in a technology era where we need diagnostics in order to tell us or pinpoint or roughly pinpoint a problem so we can diagnose it and fix it on a vehicle. I think I will test this on an Audi next, so just bear with me 1 second whilst this installs, and it seems to be decompressing it, and once this is installed I'll come back and I'll show you the diagnostics plugged into an Audi, and run a scan and show you how it works, and maybe run a reset if need be on a service light. Thank you. So we've got the new update on. It's got some improved fixed bugs that are known. It is an update, a firmware update of the hardware from Topdon themselves, not the tablet manufacturer. So it fixes any issues relating to the tablet itself and issues that coincide with the software they put on it. And you can see that it's installed. Just remember the password function, got some improved quality of UI, German UI text, and also fixed the known bugs. There was bugs that are with charging, I believe, on the tablet. So if I click update now, should push those updates on there. You can see how quick the tablet is, and it really is a speedy tablet compared to older ones that we've had before. Do you want to install and update the app? No existing data will be lost. Say yes, install it. There it goes, on it goes. Updated the app. Really intuitive, tells you what it's doing and when it's doing it. You can open it, and there you go, there's a new app. Looks pretty much the same, I think. Server running, diagnosis, and we will now head to a vehicle and give it a whirl on a vehicle, I guess. I'll quickly just check if there's any updates based on there being a new app installed. Sometimes there used to be on older tablets whereby if the firmware was updated, the app also required an update. And there you go, there is one. So the auto VIN feature needs updating. We'll do that quickly so we can quickly test that on the vehicle when we get to it. Oh, blimey, that's already installed, so that's updated. We'll just quickly check the user info again. And now the updates aren't running. You can see it's much slicker and running. Settings, clear the cache out. You know, vehicle coverage lookup, got that to look at. Firmware update, may need to do that in the vehicle and be near Wi-Fi to do it. That's for the actual OBD2 Bluetooth dongle itself, but it's looking for that first. VCI management, and everything seems to be functioning well. So we'll go back out and go and test this on a vehicle. So we're in a 2020 Audi Q2, a vehicle that's probably got relatively good functions on OBD. Hasn't done many miles, this car. We've got the Bluetooth dongle connected down here. As you can see, very small, very easy to plug in. We could have used the extension lead, but there isn't really a need. Only time I'd probably use that is if it needs to be out of the way and we're taking some live data readings whilst recording the car. You can hear it's beep to life anyway, and that's all ready to go. The car itself is fairly new. I'm not expecting it to be flooded with faults, but it has got an inspection due light on it, so I will attempt to clear that. The engine management light is on there, but that's only because it's on ignition only. So back to the tablet. Here's the tablet. We'll go into diagnostics. And we will try the auto VIN match and see if that works on this vehicle. Haven't tried it before, but here we go. So it must be scanning, and there you go. It's picked up the VIN. I won't spend too long on that VIN. It may be beneficial to someone in a different market, but we'll choose confirm. It's gone straight in. It's said choose the model. Now I believe this is a diesel engine. So it hasn't detected what it is, but it's a 1.6 TDI, so that's the vehicle there. We'll choose OK on it, and in it goes. So as you can see, very, very quick. We'll run an auto scan quickly, see how that gets on. I'm sure it will fly through. I've had other diagnostics machines in the past. Some were very slow. You just get used to the speed at which they run, and then when you jump on a faster one, you then soon realise how much faster they can be at scanning. And it's not based on the ECU, it is just based on the actual tablet or the scanner itself. So I've been in diagnostics since the early 2000s, so you can imagine how many diagnostics machines I've been through or tried, and people have given to me and said, I'll try this one out. So and that's mainly friends and family that have bought them and said, oh, you know, what do you think of this? Everything from cheap, £30 on eBay, to professional level diagnostics equipment. So at the moment it's loaded all the modules it's got. You can see good coverage, and it's basically saying what do you want to do. So at the moment they're all unscanned, so we'll just do an auto scan and see if it picks up any faults. If it does, then we can obviously go in, showing the battery voltage there, fairly good, 12 volts. Car doesn't see much use through the day, so I'm sure if I turn the car over, that will then crank right up. So it's just reading, and let's see what comes of it. So at present it's scanning the transmission control. So we've done nearly three modules. It's still going through number 4. So there, I wouldn't expect there to be any adverse codes on here. Nothing's been unplugged or you know, resulting in a fault code to throw on the vehicle. Ooh, may see one there. Oh, there we go. Adaptive cruise control. We'll have a look at that one in a second. Maybe a past or historic code. Oh, another one. So maybe more than I was anticipating. Dashboard. So we'll have a look at these faults in a second and see what comes of it, if we can clear them, or if they're permanent or historic faults from another time when they haven't been cleared in the past. I've never run the scan on this vehicle, so I don't know what to expect, to be honest. I'm pretty sure the other modules would probably be clear. But yeah, obviously it's module dependent. Depends how many modules the car has, how many options it has fitted, as to how long this will take. But you can see this has got 17 different items it wants to scan, and it's, you know, it's not slow. It's you know, it's working at a pace which is reasonable in this day and age. So we've got a few faults to look at. I'll go in and have a look. So if we just start from the top, well, now it seems to have reordered them based on the modules that have faults. So anything that hasn't got a fault has been moved down the list, and anything with a fault has been moved up the list. So the one fault on there must be a low battery problem on the adaptive cruise control. Function restriction, it was a temporary fault, so it's no longer existent. It must have been when the car had a low battery, it was unable to use it. So we can go back, have a look at that one. Dashboard is going in to establish a vehicle, get communication, read the code off. Some sort of communication interruption, again only temporary, so nothing of concern. Go back again. Door electronics. Lock unit for the central locking range performance said it was a problem, may have been frozen or jammed at some point. We have had a cold weather snap here, so we don't, you know, you may have other issues, door locks and locking systems. So we'll go in, we'll run a quick clear. So saying clear, there we go. I'm pretty sure these will all come back squeaky clean quite quickly. I can rerun it after and see if they really were temporary or if they're still lasting faults. I don't think they will be. I'm pretty sure this will only clear the modules with faults. Yep. So it's saying there's no faults on there now. If I run a re-auto scan, it should quickly go through without any issue, I should imagine now, and not have any faults on there. Saying that it's cleared and there's 0 diagnostic trouble codes there, we should be okay. So we'll have a look. So we've got oil resets, professional resets for long life servicing, I'm guessing. Just a standard reset, inspection resets, which is what we need, and an oil and inspection reset. So this vehicle just needs an inspection reset, has been done. So we'll just run that now. And it says, in this test, flexible service interval display can be reset. After this action, you can acquire a tip, which has told you if it's a success or a failure. So we'll run that now. Device is unable to communicate with the control unit. Try opening the vehicle engine cover and repeating this function. So I will open the bonnet and come back. So there we have it. Wasn't going to leave the video running whilst we were checking, but it has come back. So there's no faults on the vehicle now. I've accidentally pressed on something that I shouldn't have. So we just go back, confirm, back, and exit that. Okay, and we'll go back again. It's reminding us to remove it from the vehicle. I was going to run that quick inspection delete. So let me just quickly read the auto VIN again. Grabs the VIN, confirm that, find the vehicle, engine size, correct vehicle engine number, which is that one there. Click OK. I'm guessing this will be what they class as a hot function. So here we have it. We've got oil reset, ABS bleeding, electronic park brake reset, throttle adaptation, etc, etc. I'm guessing the inspection will be under that. So it's under dashboard, and we go in and we'll have a look and see what comes of it. So we've got different types of resets. Got an auto oil reset, a personalised service reset, so that's if you want to, you know, adjust mileages, etc. Service intervals, oil reset. So bonnet's now open. I will reattempt that service reset. First time I've had that come up on a diagnostics machine, but you know, learn something new every day, so maybe it's a prerequisite for this. Now it's open. Oh, setting failed again. I'm going to flick the ignition, cycle it once, see if that makes a difference to it, and see if that allows it to then reset again. Okay, setting failed again, so we'll go back and we'll check why. It seems to be going into the dashboard fine. Oh, there we go. So maybe it just needs to recommunicate or re-establish connection with the module, but it seems as though we've now managed to pick up some dirt on the screen, but it seems as though the oil reset has now been performed successfully. So I think it had lost communication for some reason, but it all seems okay. And the car seems to be happy, so there's no more service reset requested. And it's now giving us some advice there. So it normally takes a little while for the service display to catch up and then know that the service reset's been performed, is all it's saying. And we're all done. I believe you can do an element of coding on this. So you can go in and make various other adjustments to this. If you want to, you know, there's various coding options on vehicles like this, and you can go in and adjust them if need be. So, but yeah, you know, if you wanted to add additional options, camera systems, etc, etc, some of this the vehicle hasn't got, but you can obviously enable, and a lot of vehicles now have that. But yeah, I hope this video has been intuitive, and thanks for listening and watching. If you've got any questions about the machine or want to see me try and plug it into a particular vehicle, I'll try and get my hands on it and try and show you around it. But all in all, I would give this a high value in terms of stars, probably a 5-star, 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10, because it is a very nimble and very compact machine, and for the value for money, I mean, you can't go wrong with the updates. So yeah, I believe they've got other more heavier tablets or heavy duty tablets have a wider range of coverage. And it'd be interesting to try and get my hands on one and try and test one out. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys.